Hey, dude. Hey, Phil. Are you sleepy?
I am so sleepy.
Because it's only not even 6 p.m. when we're recording this, my time, and it is dark as night already.
I love it,
You
actually.
you love it? Dude, nah. I mean, we're episode 13, random roast. You already know this because you downloaded it or you're streaming it or you're on YouTube. So I don't need to say that because you're already here, and thank you. But nonetheless, daylight savings, I hate it.
All right, why do you hate it, Dan, you grunt bucket?
I'm not a vampire. I mean, if I was a vampire, I would love it. And I swear, every night I go to sleep, I pray to become a vampire. Still hasn't happened, but I wish I was, but I'm not. So I don't like leaving work because I leave work at a set time and
Okay.
it's pitch dark now when I leave work. So I literally get to work daylight and I leave at night. It sucks. It's not fun.
I can see how that is disheartening for you. For me though, I get up at like 5:45 a.m. and I'm out the door by like 6:15, 6:20. And so, when it's not daylight savings or the opposite or what I mean, it's called daylight savings both way around, right? So I mean, whatever, when it's dark in the morning, it kind of sucks for me because I feel like I'm just getting up in the middle of the night to go get my day started. But now it's pleasant because the daylight's out and I get up and I'm like, yeah, I started my morning. I'm up with the birds and the sunrise and it feels great. And then in the evening it gets darker sooner, but it's also colder here in Oklahoma. So for me, it's just kind of like, all right, it's time to go home, relax, watch a movie. It's dark outside. Let's just relax. It's like relaxing for me. I like it.
So when I used to have to wake up earlier, I liked waking up at the night because I felt like I was accomplishing more.
Because you're a vampire.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm going to do vampire things, then yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I enjoy it. I like the change. I like the little spice of
I don't
life.
like it at all, especially because I can't walk my dog when I come home. He doesn't like walking at night. So it's already
Yeah,
too late.
okay. Yeah, actually, you know what though? For the Midwest, it's super freaking cold in the evening, so you don't really want to go out at night anyway. So it makes more sense for us when it is warmer that we have longer, daylight, and so when the spring and the summer, the nights are longer, which is great because we can actually be out longer versus it's too cold to do anything, so you might as well go inside anyway. And so, why not why waste the sunlight? You know?
I read that the EU, the European Union, they are thinking about eliminating daylight savings because it's a very Western idea. South America,
Dude, no, nobody cares about the EU. They could suck it.
everybody cares because we copy a
No,
lot of what they do years later.
yeah. I mean, we're in America, so
But no, most of South America, Africa, Asia, Australia, they don't do this. They don't play with time. I mean, the Earth circles around the sun once a year, and it plays with time and the daylight and the sunset for us naturally. We don't need to mess with it
did
more.
was it Taft or was it Roosevelt that did the daylight savings?
I don't remember which president. I know I had to do with farmers, but farmers, you get enough money from the government. You don't need to force everybody to change their clocks. I mean, I had to change the clock on my microwave and my oven. That took me 30 seconds. Imagine 30 seconds times 320 million people that are not farmers in this country. I mean, all that time collectively, we could have saved we could have found the cure for polio and cancer and HIV. We already have the cure for polio, and I guarantee that was done many moons ago when we had to do this. The scientists collectively were like, ding, found the cure for
You know what?
polio.
You know what, Dan? If you like to eat, you need to shut up because those are the guys that actually feed you.
They get subsidized by the government regardless if I play with my clocks or not.
All right, so then how can you subsidize their time?
They need to wake up earlier.
Oh, shut up. Those guys wake up at like 4 in the morning.
Hey, no one
Regardless.
forced them to be farmers. I'm forced to change the clock, the time of my clock. I'm forced.
You sound like such a millennial right now. Oh my god, my time, things like that.
It's
Oh,
it's
where the farmers are like, Farmers, like, it just makes sense for them.
I don't care about them. There's 3 million of them and 320 of us.
Yeah, they gotta feed all you guys.
Hey, no one forced them to be farmers.
And no one forced you to complain.
Nah, I'm complaining because it's dark. Like, it's pitch night when I get home now.
So, okay, so what if what if all the farmers went on strike? They just said, you know what, screw it, we're not going to pay our loans, we're just going to feed ourselves.
They'd be the first to go broke. Because like 80% of their income is subsidized by the government.
Yeah.
It's the majority. I don't know if it's 80%, but I'm very confident. I would bet money it's at least 50%.
You don't bite the hand that feeds, Dan.
I'm biting all the hands because I want to become a vampire. And this weather, this daylight savings, when it's dark way longer than it needs to be, it makes me wish I was a vampire. What was I this year for Halloween? Vampire. What was I for 8 years as a row as a kid? Vampire.
I mean, though, it's not that big of an inconvenience for you, especially if it's going to be more of a convenience for the people that actually it matters for. I mean, honestly, it doesn't matter for you.
It matters so much because now all I would think about when I leave work is how much I wish I was a vampire.
Oh my god!
It's like after Halloween, I'm not supposed to think about being a vampire anymore. Then the following weekend, it's like, hey, it's going to be darker longer. Like, I wish I could be a vampire even more now.
You know, Dan, it's just an opportunity for you to practice driving at night.
See, here's the problem. People don't know how to drive at night, so traffic's way worse now.
That's because you live in a super condensed place.
True. That is true. But people generally are just bad drivers.
Yeah, that's because people are generally...
So generally, because we're not saying generally enough, you tried the Popeyes chicken sandwich, did you not?
Oh, Lord, I sure did, actually. Dan, you're kind of slacking. I mean, you're supposed to try the chicken. You know what, though? I guess we're even because I didn't get to watch Joker and you did. So
speaking of night, I am not going to Popeyes at night at the locations near me. I don't want to get stabbed because they are not in nice areas.
Dude, I freaking saw that. Some guy legit.
I am not surprised because honestly, and not being sarcastic, all the Popeyes near me are in like the most hood parts of Orange County.
So let's backtrack here. I wanna tell you about my experience. My experience prior to sinking my teeth into this sandwich that I'm not gonna talk about just yet. So I get to Popeyes and it's about 3 cars deep from the speaker. So I'm like, yeah, it's not bad. You know, it's 6 p.m. my time. And I get in line and the line is like literally freaking not moving. And I'm like, because usually, you know, the line kind of goes, but no, I mean like legit every car to get their food, it took legit 10 minutes. So anyway, like 10 minutes, like every car 10 minutes. And so it gets to my turn at the speaker. I order, and the Popeyes that I met with the chicken sandwich, you actually don't know how much it costs. Like it doesn't say on the menu board. So you're just sitting there like, well, you know, I got 2 just in case if I really liked it, or if I didn't, I just get one to Liz. And so anyway, I get past the speaker and it's legitimately a 30-minute wait from that point. And I'm like, wow. So I've already sunk close to an hour at this point. And I get my food, and obviously I got to wait another 10 minutes at the window. And then I have this realization. So I'm sitting there and I'm interacting with the people that are there. There's like it looks like there's like 3 people in the building that like actually work behind there. Because you know how you can like see through and see what's going on in the back through the drive-through window sometimes. Everyone there looks run ragged. And, you know, obviously with the chicken sandwich coming back, they're all like hammered with nonstop people that drive through coming in, yada, yada, yada. But like, you know, what Popeye says, hey, you know, you can get this every day. So, I mean, it's pretty clear that the buzz has not died down. So anyway, like everyone's stressed out that's working there. And, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, there's a long wait. They're moving as fast as they can. So these are my thoughts prior to the sandwich. First off, Popeyes is way understaffed, at least the one in my area. And so like it's just not efficient. I mean, it's not fast food at that point. You know, you can't just wait close to an hour to get your food through a drive-through. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you had the opportunity, you knew there was going to be a lot of buzz, and you took the sandwich away for like, well, how long was that? Like a month, month and a half, and you bring it back. You better know that your butts better staff up that place and get it going because there's going to be increased traffic, and you kind of got to see how consistent it's going to be. But no, they didn't, and so that was really frustrating, at least for me, because it there wasn't a line wrapped around the building and whatnot. It just was slow as hell. I mean, and, anyway, so that's my little tangent there. So anyway, I get the sandwich and I look at it, and so legitimately, it's a super crispy piece of chicken on two buns that are like buttered up and it looks good. There's like two pickles on it, and then there's this like sauce. It kind of looks like um, it looks like the McDonald's sauce, but not chunky. So it's got that like pinkish kind of whatever. So anyway, I take a bite of the sandwich. The sandwich is actually pretty freaking good. It's crunchy. It's got like the bread that's just right. Um, and I guess there was a 6 or 7 minute like drive for me to get to where I was at. So the bun wasn't soggy, so I actually really like that too. Um, but overall, it was actually a really good sandwich. And so with where I'm at, the sandwich cost $4. So I spent $8 for two sandwiches. You know, so I think it's really good. I think it's just as good as a Chick-fil-A sandwich, but it just kind of tastes different. So it's kind of like, what are you in the mood for? But what I was surprised is that sandwich actually has a kick. Some people say, "Oh yeah, spicy chicken sandwich," and then it's just like mildly spicy. No, it's spicy enough to let you know it's there. So like in my book, I would definitely eat that sandwich again. I would wait so that it's not like an hour to get freaking drive-through food. But I would go back again and I would do it. I think it was delicious. I think next time I go though, I would actually order extra sauce. For me, there wasn't enough sauce. Um, but you definitely should try it, Dan.
Yeah, I'll try it. I mean, I ain't waiting an hour. I remember one time I was stuck in the drive-thru for like 35 minutes. I legitimately got out of my car and walked to the window, and I was like, "What the f?" Like I get super mad. I'm like, I'm stuck. There's someone behind me. There's someone in front of me. Like, you guys get 5 minutes before I start going inside and making a tantrum. Like I was furious.
So I mean, it looks just like the Chick-fil-A sandwich, except it's got like the spicy sauce on it. And actually, I think the chicken tastes a little different. Like, it's got a different flavor to it. It's got like a heart attack element to it. You know what I mean? Where you could just taste. Like,
no, I don't know what the heart attack element is.
it tastes like greasy, but like a good kind of greasy because like it comes with like the Cajun fries, and so I'm not. You know how me, I get a little bite of everything in the bite, so I to have the fries ready, put the fries in the mouth, take a bite, and I get it all together because I gotta have my bite.
You do that with fast food too?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, the fries and the burgers.
Oh
yeah.
You must be obnoxious to watch eating fast food.
I do two.
Nom nom here and a nom nom there.
And I put two fries. I go two fries at a time.
Nah, I usually do all of one, then the next.
No, and they're supposed to be. It's like it's a compliment to the food.
Nah, I mean, depending where I'm at, I usually eat the fries first because they don't taste as good when they get colder, and then I save the sandwich.
Yeah, we're totally different. I gotta have a little bit of everything in every bite.
So an hour wait where the Popeyes are at where I live,
and it's not even that busy though. Like, so it doesn't look like it's an hour wait. So it was so freaking deceiving. But what I think was that people were just like pulling out and leaving because they're like, I don't want to freaking wait. You know?
Yeah, I mean, an hour where the Popeyes are at near me. That is borderline committing suicide.
I would have freaking left if we weren't doing this podcast. I knew I was going to talk about the sandwich. I'm like, I mean, like, I really wanted to try the sandwich. Don't get me wrong. There's better things I could do with an hour of my time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't even wait for an hour at like a fancy restaurant.
Imagine how pissed you would be waiting for an hour for McDonald's. Like, how bad do you want McDonald's to have to wait an hour in line?
Yeah, I usually go inside when there's a long line in the drive-thru because I just don't like sitting in my car that long. So, yeah, I don't do that. There's been times where I was planning on going somewhere and the line's crazy long, and I'm like, guess I'm not eating that.
Yeah,
so
if there's a long line, I would. Yeah, if there's a long line, I would just drive right on by, like, peace out. But today I was committed, and I left myself plenty of time. just in case it was going to take forever. I mean, like, if there was like 13, 14 cars deep, it was like crazy. I'm like, all right, enter the Thunderdome. But I mean, like, there was like legit 6 cars and it took an hour. So, like,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
would have lost it. I would have been one of those people that would have got arrested at Popeyes.
and stabbed a man, right?
Yeah, I would have stabbed at least 3 people.
So, I mean, all in all, I thought it was really, really good. And I would definitely go back. I'm just not going to wait an hour next time. I'm just going to wait for the craze to die down. And everyone was kind of pissed. Like, everyone's got their windows down because it's like the perfect weather right now. It's like, upper 60s. And so everyone's got their windows down and people are kind of chattering in the car like, what the hell is taking so long? And blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, bro, you are not the only person here in this line stuck, you know?
Yeah, no bueno. I will. So my diet wise, I have decided I am vegetarian during the week and carnivore on the weekends. So I will try to do this coming weekend.
So what is the reason for on and off, I guess?
So on the last Saturday, I went to a party and all they had were carnivore options, or it was like, hey, we have chips and salsa if you're going to really stick with vegetarian.
Right.
So it was like, well, I am hungry, and chips and salsa is not healthier than eating a burger.
Well,
So
let's back up. Did you see any benefits, or do you feel any benefits?
Yeah, I definitely felt lighter. Like after I consumed the meat on Saturday, after not eating meat for 6 days, I wanted to like fall asleep right away.
Okay.
Like I was incredibly tired after eating that meal. So it's definitely, I could feel my organs shutting down from the meat.
So wouldn't you want to like reverse it so that you feel more awake on the weekend to do stuff and have energy?
Well, it's numbers wise. One, it's harder for me to be vegetarian on the weekends just because I'm out and about. During the week, I can meal prep. It's easier for me to regulate what I eat. I don't want to be that annoying person out with people like, do you have any this or that? Oh, I can't eat this. I can't eat there. I can't eat that. So that's just not me. I ain't going to be that kind of person.
Right.
And it's also 2 days versus 5 days. So it's not as bad.
So you go legitimately, you go all Friday?
Last Friday, I had the cravings. I remember after work Friday, I was like, ooh, I am craving something unhealthy, which involves meat.
What are you craving? The blood?
I was craving some arteries. I was really tempted just to walk up to somebody and bite them in the neck, but I didn't.
I would actually pay to see that just to catch their actual shock.
Oh, that'd be a great way to get a felony.
Have you ever seen a vampire with a beard?
I shaved my beard.
What?
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
I wanted to see the beard.
I shaved the beard. So I am, without the beard, I am definitely vampire-like.
Yeah.
So
that's a bummer. I wanted to see the beard in person.
Dude, people with beards, they act like it's so cool. It's just as much work as shaving.
Yeah.
You gotta put beard oil, and legitimately, when my beard was kind of long, I had like food in it. Like I would have to get the mirror and look at my beard and make sure I didn't have food in it.
FYI, guys, the podcast in like 6 weeks from now, that's going to be like Dan and I are going to be doing the podcast in the same place. The quality may be a little different because we're going to be doing off our phones because like I'm on vacation mode and we're not in front of our fancy pantsy mics. But that's coming. So it's special for you guys that Dan and Phil are reuniting. Not reuniting. Well, yeah, reuniting for us, but uniting for you guys. So that's going to be a special podcast, and we're definitely going to hold hand.
Yeah, we're going to be holding hands. We're going to be sharing one headset. So we're going to have to talk to the same headset mic. It's going to be so cute.
And we're gonna share a Chick-fil-A. No, sorry, we're gonna share a Popeye sandwich. We're gonna start biting on each end until we meet in the middle.
Oh, it's gonna be so romantic. We should film that and send it to Popeyes.
And we're gonna make sure it's like on a Saturday so that Dan can actually consume chicken.
Yeah, see, it's too hard to be vegetarian on the weekends, but I definitely felt better during the week. I felt lighter, if that makes sense.
So how much protein pancakes did you pound for that week?
I did it on Saturday morning, and on Sunday morning too. I usually do protein shakes for breakfast.
Okay.
So I just didn't feel like doing that.
So you just worry about 2 meals a day. You actually eat 2 meals a day.
I eat 3 meals a day.
So your protein, I'm not counting the protein shake.
Um, yeah, I eat 2 real meals a day then.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not that bad. I actually do enjoy it. I'm doing it today. I did it yesterday. I just feel lighter. Like I feel like I have more energy too when
Do
I'm
you
not
feel
eating it.
do you feel more metrosexual that you're a vegetarian now?
I feel like I can walk on stars and clouds and sunshine.
Okay. That's cute.
I'm walking on sunshine. Is that how that song goes?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how I feel during the week, and on the weekends, I feel like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess for me, I'm trying to maintain. I'm off keto. I definitely feel a little more bloated than before. Even though I'm working out 6 days a week and I'm after it. And so I actually like the way I feel on keto better than I like, being on a normal diet. So I'm excited to get back to keto, but I got to get through the holidays because like it takes an entire week to really get synced up and back into it. And so at this point, I've got a wedding this week, and then 2 weeks from now, after this wedding, it's gonna be Thanksgiving, and so it's like it's just hard on the body to get into something and then get out, and then takes so much time to get back in. And so, needless to say, it'll be like January, like the 1st of January, that I'm gonna get on it. I'm really excited. I'm really looking forward to it.
So I usually lose weight during the holidays, so that's why I'm doing this now. I'm a weirdo. I gain weight in the summer and lose weight in the winter.
That's because you don't like holidays.
Well, there's that, but it's also because I'm not as out as much in the winter as I am in the summer.
Because it gets darker sooner, right? And you're not a night owl.
Yeah, so I have to stay indoors because I'm not a vampire. If I was, I'd get really fat during the winter because there's more night. I'd be consuming more people.
Right, right. So I actually, in turn, getting darker sooner is better for your health. Boom. In your face. You've just, filled yourself.
Yeah, well, it's just because people aren't as, out and about as much and no more social drinking as often. Even though I'm not a big drinker, it's just people don't do as many fun things in the winter as much in the summer.
Huh.
So yeah, my social life kind of dwindles down in the winter as well. So I lose weight and become more bored. I don't like that trade-off.
To me, though, it's like, how can you be bored living in California? There's just something to do at all hours of the day if you should so want to. And
yes and no, but things involve money. So it costs more to do things here than most places. So it comes to the point of money, and is it worth my money and money? It's very expensive here.
What is gas right now over there?
About $4 and 15 cents, something like that.
Gas is $2.19 here, and that's because
that's
because it's gone up.
Yeah, so it's almost double here.
That's because you guys have stupid taxes.
That is true, and that's why I'm George Jetsoning it in my hybrid. So
yeah, and so I mean, have they increased the electricity bill?
No, actually, my electricity bill last month was the cheapest ever. I only paid $18.
Wow, that's not bad.
I didn't use the AC, but still, I was like, $18? I haven't seen this since I've never paid an electricity bill that cheap in my life, actually.
So you've taken possession of the car. You're driving the car now for a week, right?
It's been a week, yeah. I've
What are your thoughts on this hybrid?
It is incredibly boring to drive.
Okay.
I have a free charger at work. So I'm able to charge. Okay. It's a plug-in hybrid. So I get a certain amount of electricity drive. And then once it goes through that, I go to regular hybrid using gasoline.
Okay.
If I didn't have that, I would not have got it. I get about 28 miles on electric mode.
Okay.
And my commute per day is like 15 miles. So I can plug it in. And during the week, if I'm not driving much after work, I don't use any gasoline during the week.
That's pretty nice.
So that's why I got it. It costs about, typically from what I've been reading, it costs about $1.50 if you were to charge it on your own to get a full charge of 28 miles or so.
So like $30 a month ish.
Yeah, but over here the gas is $4 and change. So having a hybrid here makes sense. Having a hybrid where you live, you're not really saving much.
Yeah, yeah. Plus, I mean, it's boring to drive. That's
It's
the
so boring, dude. I remember I was backing out of the charger station,
yeah.
and my car wasn't on, but it was still rolling back.
So
Like,
can you tell the difference when your car is on or off, like by sound?
no, on electricity mode, it emits no noise. It's so silent.
Dude,
So I was like, why can't I accelerate? I backed out of my parking spot. Like I was in the aisle.
right.
And I was like, what happened to my car? And so I put it in park and then back to drive. And I was still rolling backwards. I was like, what the hell is wrong with my car? I was starting to freak out. I was like, I'm so sticky on the aisle now. And then I pushed the button again to push start car. And I was like, oh, I'm stupid. So
So you put it in neutral, basically.
I put it in neutral, but I was backing out like at 3 miles an hour.
Was it a hill?
So
Was there a hill?
no, it's flat, super flat.
That's weird.
So I was like, it felt like a glitch. So it was something unusual. And
You'd have to think that like they have to up their safety features on a car like that, because like people walking behind the car or things like that, they've got to know the car's on, or you've got to know someone's behind there. So I'm sure the safety features are pretty up to par.
yeah, it's a super boring drive. I would not recommend it for anybody who doesn't drive a lot or has the charging stations for free.
Do you think that people that drive Uber and Lyft would love those things?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the hybrid battery shelf life is about, everything's relative, but it's about 150,000 miles. And
How,
those are,
how much is a battery?
that's what I was about to say. They're super expensive. They're like 5 grand. So if you need to get a new hybrid battery, it's time to buy a new car.
Interesting.
So if that's your source of income, uh, it depends. Those people who do that strictly as their only source of income and then they complain about Uber and Lyft taking so much money from them.
Yeah.
Like I remember out here in California, they wanted to do a strike of wanting $22 an hour.
Huh.
I was like, buddy, the minimum wage out here is like $12.
Yeah, I have.
You want double the minimum wage to drive a car whenever you want? Shut up. Go get a job.
Man, just thinking about things right now, you don't really sound very manly anymore, man. You're a vegetarian and you drive an electric car. You're very.
And I shaved my
You
beard.
shave your beard. I mean, it's like you're a metro vampire.
Oh, that's like the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
Oh man.
I don't know, man. I live in California. It's expensive, as I mentioned so many times. So obvious, but I just wanted to change it up. I'm always changing it up. Like 6 months ago, I was driving a German car. I had a beard, and now I'm driving a hybrid. I am hairless from head to toe. I'm just kidding. Just changing it up, and then 6 months from now, I'll be doing something else. So
If you would like the hair off Dan's back, Dan shaves them and puts them in little Ziploc baggies. We will send it to anyone who would like some.
yeah, I'll put it on OfferUp. That way you could search for it.
Dude, did you see that one thing where this girl was selling her bathwater?
I bet creepy dudes are buying that.
Oh man, like I mean, she's a very attractive woman. Like she's one of those like girls that plays video games on like Twitch or something like that. And so
Yeah.
and she's really pretty. She dresses up pretty much in a bikini and plays video games and stuff. So guys are like, ah. And apparently she sells bathwater, and she sells it for like 30 freaking $5 or something like that for like a little thing. And so it's weird.
I hardcore respect her initiative to make money out of nothing.
Well, she's freaking an entrepreneur. I mean, if she's hot and people are going to pay for it, why not?
What do you do? Do you drink it? Do you bathe with it too?
I think they smell it, or they just like hold it.
They do nasty stuff with it. That's for sure.
If I had her bathwater, I would put it in a little mister and just occasionally mist myself.
That's a really cute way to, make it last.
Imagine if she like pees in the water. That's just gross.
And then like someone grabs the mister and they're using it for plants and they no, that's sacred water.
No!
So the plants don't deserve it.
I don't know. People are weird, but I guess if there's if you can purchase it, why not do something that if you don't feel like you're being like morally compromised, and obviously there's money in it, then maybe it's okay. I don't know. It's a gray area, but if it's bathwater, so if people want to buy our bathwater, I mean people buy farts in a can, so why not?
Man, I should have shaved my beard clippings. I could
You
have
know,
sold them, I guess.
we should have just if we were bigger, Dan, we would have shaved that, and then we would have like opened up a stand, like a lemonade stand, but for your hair, right outside of Denny's, right outside of local Denny's, and you would have been like a Girl Scout, trying to sell cookies, but you're trying to sell your hair. Like, hey, I'm Dan from Random Rose Podcast, and I'm selling my back hair, beard hair.
Yeah, my beard hair is a lot more coarse, so that would be the better buy.
It's pretty thick. I mean, I did see a picture. I was a little envious. You got
Man, I was
the
surprised because I couldn't grow a solid beard till recently.
hmm.
Like I remember I cut my hair too, so my beard hair was a lot thicker than my head hair. So it was a good 1-2 combo. I definitely look like 10 years younger without it. That was the primary reasoning.
Huh.
So
Okay.
I shaved my beard, I got a hybrid, and I'm getting pulled over by all the girls now. Like, oh my god, who is this vegan hottie? So,
Oh my god, is that a hybrid? Man,
oh
you're
my
still
god,
like
your
an
car
uncle.
makes no noise. I'm so turned on. Rev your
Oh,
engine.
it's like
So
beep boop beep boop. He just like makes a sound. Beep boop.
my sister was in the car with me, and the car makes a stupid noise when it turns off. It's like like it does like a series of noises.
Yeah.
And she just looked at me and she's like, "That's so bitch."
And
And I was like,
she drives a manual Mustang, doesn't she?
"Yeah, she drives the cool car between the two of us." So
Yeah.
I drive the girly wussy. It is what it is. I know what it is. I make fun of myself.
Yeah.
I don't really care. I'm just doing it for a while. I didn't buy it. I'm leasing it through work. I don't want to get into too many details of where I work, but I work on the street of, and this is the address of it. Kidding, but I have a cool setup through work. So that was the best option for me. I would
Dan,
not recommend it
why
for most.
why don't you just tell everyone you work at Denny's? What's the
I
big deal? What's the big deal? What's the big
All
deal?
right, I work at Denny's, and my social security number. I know you're all curious now. Is
Eight
starts
seven five
what?
three oh nine.
What's the first number?
8675309.
Six. The first number is 6.
8675309.
Oh, that really crappy song from the 80s, huh?
Oh my goodness! But then you could say that now, and people won't know the reference because we're old.
Yeah, it is. It was a bad song. I never liked that song.
You know what? You just don't know a cult classic if it hit you in the face and said, "Hi."
No, I don't like it. No bueno. If it ain't vampire stuff, I ain't watching it from the 80s. Not many things from the 80s are good. Let's be honest.
What?
Not many things.
A lot of things are great from the 80s.
Like what?
Toto.
Toto? What's that? Oh, the dog?
Oh my god, no! The band!
Toto?
God bless the rain down in Africa. God bless the rain. You don't know that song?
Toto's the dog from the girl with that clicks her feet together.
The Wizard
Alice
of
the
Oz.
Yeah.
God, we're so off. Alice in the Wizard of Oz.
I was thinking Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, it's definitely not.
Yeah, that's the dog's name is Toto. So that's what I think of.
I mean, music was great in the 80s.
Guns N' Roses, good, and then
I mean, you had Sylvester Stallone, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Steven Seagal before he was fat.
yeah, there's good movies. I'll say that. There's some
Yeah.
pretty good action star movies.
Okay, music was pretty good too.
The
The start of MTV, pretty much. I mean, it started late 70s, but like 80s was where it got prominence.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's overrated. So
Yeah,
I think a lot of the 80s is glorified.
80s is awesome.
I'm more of a fan of the '90s.
Yeah, because
So
you like grunge. It was all about grunge.
yeah, I like the rawness, the attitude. It was like the counterculture of the '80s, where everything was pretty and proper.
90s were all the boy bands dance. So I know you like Backstreet Boys. Actually, they're having a reunion.
I don't give a single f what people think.
Everybody,
I
yeah.
So I like things for what they are. You like hair metal, you want boy bands mixed with rock, go ahead, that's fine. But
I
I
love
like
hair
boy
metal.
bands. I like boy bands singing regular songs as Backstreet Boys and NSYNC did.
You know what? I kind of like them now.
I always like them. I don't care what anybody thinks. I'll listen to Backstreet Boys in my hybrid, looking like the coolest dude ever existed.
Actually, do you know the Backstreet Boys are like the best-selling boy band of all time?
I buy that.
You think like because honestly, I felt like NSYNC was a bigger deal, but no, the Backstreet Boys were bigger than NSYNC.
NSYNC wasn't that big of a deal. I mean, no, they were a big deal. I'm not going to say that. But once they were kind of like rivaling Backstreet Boys, they broke up.
Yeah,
Like Justin was like, I'm doing too much work here. I'd rather just be on my own.
he's like, it's gonna be me.
Baby, bye, bye, bye. So
Yeah, I don't know how we got. Okay, you said the 90s. 90s was a good era, but I like the 80s. There's a lot of good things. Hey, guys, in the comment section below, if you're a fan of the 80s, say something to Dan. Tell Dan he's a freaking retard.
don't say that.
I said it with an accent, so it's not offensive.
That's not how English works.
Okay, so anyway, Dan, what I gotta come full circle from like our very first, I think it was our first podcast. We gotta talk about Disney, man.
That's right. I forgot.
We gotta talk about Disney. And so for all of you, you gotta be living under a rock if you don't know what apps are like to watch things. And Disney Plus actually, I believe it starts this month.
Yeah.
I think I think today, maybe today or this week or next week, whatever. Disney Plus is starting, and Disney owns Fox, Disney owns Marvel, and so they've been pulling a lot of things off of the other streaming services. And one thing I didn't know that I actually found out: Disney owns Hulu. I did
They
not know
do?
that. Yeah, they own Hulu.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I basically Fox movies and stuff like that are going to be pulled, and so here's my point. Is Netflix gonna get killed? Is what Netflix did to Blockbuster gonna be Disney? What Disney's gonna do to Netflix? Disney's kind of like the OG in the sense where they're like gangster, and they'll buy up everything and they'll just own everything. You know what I mean?
So Netflix has pivoted to doing original content that's
Like Stranger Things. They've got Stranger Things.
Yeah, they got things like that, but it's mostly TV series. And Disney, it looks like it's going to be mostly movies.
Well, but think about it though. There are so many classics that have been vaulted. Like I haven't done like a super amount of digging, but like I'm gonna expect that like in this Disney streaming service, every single Disney movie ever made is going to be available to me, right? That's my expectation looking into it, because like one time I was trying to find the original 101 Dalmatians because I wanted to show it to my girls, and I couldn't freaking find it. Like there was a non-animated version, but I wanted the animated version, the first original one, and I couldn't freaking find it. And I'm like, man, I really wish that there was some kind of streaming that I can just stream that movie instead of trying to go track down a videotape. You know what I mean?
You didn't want to go on Napster?
Is that still a thing?
That's actually still a thing. I was curious the other day. It's a streaming service like Spotify.
Napster, really? Is it still music, or is it other things?
Yeah, they stream like Spotify. Oh, what platform do you use? You Pandora, Spotify, Napster? What? Why? So nonetheless, but yeah, I definitely think Disney's going to take a large market share from Netflix, especially like in your situation for people with kids.
Yeah.
Netflix, they had a really tough quarter last time. They lost a lot of them. Their stock dipped hard. I think it's going to continue dipping hard. I think the original content's not as good as it was the last few years. The only really notable show, you already mentioned it, that I can recall from the last 6 months is Stranger Things.
Right.
They're just doing all these stand-up comedian specials, and they've oversaturated that market as far as I'm concerned.
But you got to think the Marvel market is a huge market just on its own. I mean, the Marvel movies, and then
So
Fox.
I think, you know, what I've been doing with my streaming services, I turn them on and turn them off, and I'll switch to another one because I get bored with their catalog. Like I've kind of seen everything I want to see. I'll switch to something else, explore there, then go back and forth. That's what I typically do. I think people with Disney with kids are less likely to do that because they want something they can give their kids.
Huh.
So I
That makes
think
sense.
because you're just going to be like, I'm not going to deactivate Disney for my kids because there's really not as much for them on Netflix.
Right.
So I think it's going to be a lot more likely for families. So I think Disney obviously is meant for kids. So I think parents would rather watch something with their kids versus, Mom, there's nothing good on Netflix. So what am I going to do now?
Right.
So I definitely think it's going to take a market share. I didn't know Disney owns Hulu. That kind of makes sense now that you say that because a lot of the stuff I see are from ABC, and I know
So
Disney owns ABC.
I'm taking a look here. It looks like so Disney owns Lucasfilm, so they own Star Wars, they own Marvel, they own Fox. Um, oh, they own ESPN.
Yeah, I knew that.
I did not know that. A&E Networks as well.
Hmm.
Um,
I
so
don't think
yeah,
there'll be any ESPN stuff because ESPN has their own app.
yeah. Um, but like I don't know. It's just like I don't know if a company should own everything. So hold on. So they own ABC, they own ESPN. Oh no, so they have an 80% stake in ESPN. Holy moly.
That's the
Um,
majority.
yeah, they own Touchstone Pictures. They own the History Channel. Well, no, actually, no. They're 50% equity holding in the History Channel, 50% in Lifetime. They own Pixar, and I'm trying to see here. That's just insane, though. That's a buttload of movies. I mean, like, what off the top of your head are like the big colossal movies um, that Fox owns?
I can't think of any. So I'm not really good with that stuff though. I don't know who makes what.
Let me see if I can find anything that's up up to par. Because I know, well, Deadpool is Marvel. Oh, so the Lord of the Rings stuff. That's that's Fox. Let me see here.
It's a
Oh
lot.
wow. Yeah, it's huge. I'm looking over here. I'm like, that's insane. But anyway, like Disney's really gonna gut. I feel like they're gonna gut Netflix. I don't know if Netflix is gonna be able to hang
I
with
think they'll
Disney.
hang. I think the first year Disney's going to really capture a large market share. It'd be interesting to see how things pan out a year after. Be interesting to
Yeah.
see if people get burned out with the catalog that's Disney. Because I think a lot of Disney's marquee stuff you'll be able to slam through that within the first year. So I don't know if they're
Mm,
as good as Netflix as adding on to things. Because what's going to be the turnaround table for when they release a new movie? Is it going to be 3 months after its release once it goes to DVD? Or is it going to be 6 months to a year once it's on the app?
I'm trying to
So
think. I mean, I would assume that it should be within a few weeks of the video coming out on DVD. It would make sense that they were timed because I mean, obviously, I mean, who buys DVDs and stuff like that now? It's more like digital copies and stuff like that that people purchase, and so like those are more instantaneously, and so it just kind of makes sense that you would just have that. I mean, obviously, they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna do a skimming marketing method. I think they're gonna try to saturate the market as much as possible. So it's gonna be like a low cost entry, and I think it's like $5 or $6 a month or something like that. And I think after the first year, when they start to gut a lot of other things, they'll start upping their prices because I'm really going to see them doing something like $10 to $15 a month. That's what I see in the
it's
future.
only $6 right now.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, because Netflix is $12.99 now.
Yeah, let's see. How much is Disney Plus? It is $7 a month.
Yeah, so it's almost half the price. I mean, Netflix does this tricky noise that I got really agitated with. It They have a cheaper option for streaming. I think it's $10,
Uh huh.
but it's not HD, and I
Okay.
don't care about HD. It doesn't matter to me. But it defaulted to the $13 option that included HD, and I got really upset that I was paying that for months and didn't know it. So I was in the process of deactivating it, and I was like, "You could stay for $10." I was like, $10? I thought it was 13. And that's when I
Huh.
saw that, and I was like, "Oh, you tricky, you Palo Alto tricksters!"
So there's a couple things too. So there's a couple gimmicks or just like things that they're doing right up front. So if you've got Verizon Wireless as your phone service, you get a year for free of Disney Plus. Um, it looks like Disney Plus will not be ad free, at least right now. So there will be ads. What actually I like, so I use Spotify as my music, and so I've got a student account with Spotify. So because I have a student account with Spotify, they give me a Hulu account. So I get to watch Hulu, but I get to watch Hulu with ads. But I still have a list of things that I can watch from Hulu. The only thing you can't watch is current shows that are like live on TV, so you have to like wait. But
Okay.
I'm kind of content with that. But $7 is huge. As far as that's a really good price. That's gonna be that's enough for people to go and say I'd rather try Disney Plus for a year instead of paying $15 for Netflix.
I'm willing to even try it for $7. I don't even like Star Wars. I've seen all the Marvel movies I want to see. I think like it's worth me. I'm curious. I'm willing to deactivate my Netflix, which I've already done, to give it a gander for seven
Oh,
bucks. That's worth my time.
actually, you could prepay for the entire year, and it's just $70. So it's about $5.83 a month if you pay the whole year up front for $70.
There's going to be a lot of people doing that.
Yeah, why not? I mean, dude, that's like a Starbucks a day. I mean, I guess that's wow. Your Starbucks costs more than freaking
Yeah,
Disney Plus.
Starbucks is like $2 a day, so that's $700 a year.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I would like to think. See, I don't know a lot of the details with that, like how many people could actually be on the account, how many devices it could be on, stuff like that. So I think there's going to be a lot more to it, and once it starts to unfold. But I believe when is the launch date? Um, let's see. So Star Wars, Marvel, and Pixar Studios, that stuff's gonna come available on December 11th. So a lot of the big stuff's not there.
All right,
But it,
so we're going to give a random Rose insider stock trading tip now. So there is something called an option. And an option is something, it's very speculative, which means you are betting on a stock going up or down, but you don't have to buy shares of the stock. So if you think a stock is going to go up or down within time frame, you can buy a particular time frame, and once if it hits that price by that time, you make a lot of money.
yeah,
But if it doesn't, you lose it all. It's very risk reward.
I would
So
invest into Disney Plus if I had like 10 grand to just dump. I would do that.
I would not do that. What I would do is my tip is buy a sell option on Netflix because the price of Netflix is going to drop in April next year because it's always a 3 month delay when the quarterly statements come out.
Okay.
So if all the full catalog of Disney is not going to be really out till December this year, the first quarter of 2020 Netflix numbers should probably drop. So you could buy an option that this Netflix price is going to. I don't know where it's at now. I think it's at 280 a share if I had to make a guess.
Netflix.
So,
Oh, like their actual stock.
yeah,
I can
look it
check.
up.
I
Look it
have
up,
Robin.
sweetheart.
I have Robin Hood. That's the investing app that I like.
Yeah, get on something like that. You can play. Options are tricky. If you actually do want to do it, I highly suggest reading it. There's lots of charts. I'm not
Ooh,
going to give you.
Fitbit's up. I bought some stock in Fitbit for like $3 and something cents, and now it's up to $7.
Wow, see, he just doubled his money.
So Netflix is $288 to share.
Wow, I was quite close. So I think it's going to drop to 250 is what I would say.
Well, today dropped about $5. Was a
Eh,
$5 drop today.
that's not
So
that big of a deal
so
when you
here's
consider
something
percentages.
to watch for. So November 12th is the actual official launch date. So that's going to be like starting November. I mean, it's also interesting that they're coming so late in the fourth quarter. Um, so the
Well, it's
projection now,
perfect. It's going to be Christmas time. So this quarter doesn't really matter. The first quarter of 2020 is going to be paramount for this
yeah.
stock idea because the WWE stock dropped like 15% earlier last week when their quarterly statement came out, and they have their own app and they don't have as many people subscribed to it as before. So
Oh, interesting. Okay, here we go. Here we go. So Disney Plus will be available to stream 4K Ultra HD. Let's see. Disney Plus will also offer unlimited mobile downloads for offline viewing. That's freaking huge because of like people can download a couple movies and go on a plane or go on a trip when they lose reception. Let's see. Subscribers can download up to 10 mobile or tablet devices with no constraints on the number of times a title can be downloaded. That's freaking crazy.
so Netflix has that too, but it's not on everything. It's only the catalog's a lot more limited.
And so they'll have English, Spanish, French, Dutch at launch for audio and subtitles.
They don't have German?
Not yet.
Ah, oh, come on,
Yeah,
Deutschland.
no, the motherland. Uh, I'm trying to think. So it'll also integrate programming from Fox, all 30 seasons of The Simpsons, The Sound of Music, Princess Bride, Malcolm in the Middle will join it
Oh,
through the
wait,
rest
wait.
of the year.
The
Malcolm in
second,
the Middle.
I love that show.
Yeah,
The second thing was Sound of Music.
The Sound of Music, dude. The Hills Are Alive.
Are you kidding me? That's the second thing listed. 30 years of The Simpson. I get
The
that's. I
hills
no
are
one watches.
alive at the sound of
I
music.
completely, with every morsel of my being, hate musicals.
Oh wow! Hey, so Disney Plus will be the only place you can stream all of Disney's theatrically released movies.
Okay,
Um,
that makes sense.
so, um, So Disney Plus will also house the entire film libraries of Pixar, Star Wars, and its signature series and Disney's vault lines of classically hand-drawn animated movies. Like, so think Bambi, The Lion King, Snow White. So everything that I want is literally going to be on here. And to top it off, they've got the new show, The Mandalorian, that's coming out, which is a huge, looks really freaking great. And it's Star Wars. Um,
Yeah, Star Wars, love it. Awesome.
Shut up.
Star Wars, so boring. Go
No,
away
there's a new
already.
Star Wars, the last of the saga. It's coming out in
Is
December,
this
which
gonna be the last one?
no, it's gonna be the last one with the Skywalkers, and
And
then
then what?
the universe opens up. I'm sure.
Oh, it's gonna be forever. I'm gonna die with Star Wars, aren't I?
Okay, you're probably gonna when you're dead. There's gonna be Star Wars 50 and Fast and the Furious 50.
You're probably right. I
Oh, they're
mean,
even
Star
talking
Wars
about so.
sucks so
Oh,
much.
check this out. So actually, in the article here, it says how will this affect Disney stuff on Netflix? Disney stuff will mostly disappear from Netflix by late 2019. So since 2016, Netflix has been the first place to watch Disney movies with a subscription. So that's going to be huge for them. So it's not going to be renewing, obviously, with Netflix. Let's see. So Captain Marvel, the first movie Disney released theatrically in 2019, will be the first movie on Disney Plus instead of Netflix. So yeah, so Captain Marvel will be
Was
on.
that good? I've heard mixed things.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah,
Yeah, I liked it.
I was told by my ex girlfriend to watch that, but I never did.
It's good. Carol Danvers is a really good character. But anyway, so there you go. I think Disney's got it right because there's going to be like spin-off shows, some Star Wars stuff, and there's a lot of exclusive content. I mean, for $7 though, that's a lot of bang for your buck, and that's way better than Netflix right now. And I actually watch more Hulu than Netflix.
Yeah, I'm checked out of Netflix. I am not a fan of their current product. I think it's very boring. They're kind of putting on similar shows in different formats. It's
So since we're random roast, Netflix, you suck right now. You better figure it out, get it on, or you're gonna get your butt handed to you blockbuster style.
Yeah, so you know that CNBC show, I think Jim Cramer, you know what I'm talking about, the Business Channel show?
No.
So he's always like, hot buy the Disney stock, hot sell. And my dog is making all that noise. He's really excited about Disney's app too. So
Oh yeah.
I
So
would
yeah,
say, I mean, you know, it's 6 months, 4 months. I don't know how to use a calendar because it's so dark outside. I don't know what year it is anymore. But first quarter, April, March, sell on Netflix. That is the buy. The buy is to sell on Netflix, to go at 250. I'm legitimately going to check out how much that costs, and I might put some money into it. I might do that put your money where your mouth is. Oh, it's so funny. Oh, I'm so funny.
Dan. So speaking of funny, before we end things, you promised our viewers something, and you haven't delivered yet
What's that?
on your Reese's cup. Is it the way you consume it?
Yeah. So I have a wardrobe malfunction,
Okay.
and I'm going out of town this weekend. So I am hoping to get the malfunction corrected, and you shall see a video on an Instagram account of our roast info. I'm going to say in about 2 weeks. I'm going out.
Okay.
If I wasn't going out of town this weekend, I would do it this weekend. But alas, I have a pressing matter that must be met in person,
Okay. Okay.
and I
So
will
that's
do
exciting.
so. It's gonna be something unique. It's gonna be something we spoke about previously, about a idea that I've done in the past
Okay.
that involves a napkin, and that's all I will say.
Yeah, so it will be a shroud of mystery until then. But guys, this is episode 13. Wow, we've done 13 episodes, man. That's like 3 months and a week.
Yeah, we need you guys to start spreading this like a disease, like a venereal disease from the mid ages. We need you guys to get out there and get loose with your subscriptions, with your sharing. Sharing is caring. We need to be everywhere. We want to be like the bubonic plague. We want to be like every disease that you've ever heard of, including AIDS. We want to be
Including
everywhere.
AIDS. Yes. But guys, thank you guys so much for listening. It means a lot. It's really cool to see the growth on all the platforms and where people are listening. We're up in subscribers. We're up on podcast downloads, and so it's really exciting. But also make sure, guys, to follow us on social media: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. What am I missing? YouTube. Wow,
Yeah,
YouTube.
and we're gonna be. That's something we're gonna start incorporating more, is other things that are not just the episodes. So give us a gander, or you'll be missing out. You'll be so left out. You're gonna be standing in the dark, which is really easy to do now because it's dark all damn day.
Yes.
And
But
and it's gonna start raining soon. You're gonna be standing in the dark when it's raining by yourself, and you're not having an umbrella because you're
and
not
all you're
gonna
gonna listen
buy the
to,
stuff we're gonna tell you to
all
buy. You have no
all
money.
you're gonna listen to is the Mad World. It's a mad
That's a good.
world.
I sing that song karaoke to make everybody cry.
Man, I cut my wrists.
That's a good song though, but it's so sad.
Yes. But anyway, guys, don't want to forget randomroastinfo@gmail.com if you want to send us a line, send us anything, but you can also message us on our social media platforms. Dan is in charge of Instagram and Facebook. I've got Twitter and TikTok, so that's how you can get a hold of us, and we both have the email. But guys, this has been a lot of fun. We like doing these things, and we definitely want to talk about things that are relevant to you and relevant in what's going on in society today. We like to roast that shiz, but we want to do stuff that you're interested in. So just make sure to give us topics and things like that. You'd be surprised. Dan and I usually do our recordings on Tuesday nights. So if you can get us a topic before Tuesday night, chances are it could very well be on Thursday, that Thursday's drop. So Thursdays, 5 a.m. Central Time is the drop. For all our listeners everywhere, but make sure to engage, like the stuff on YouTube, leave a comment there with the podcast downloads, 5 stars, leave us a nice little note. But Dan, are there any other housekeeping things?
Give us some ratings, and also I will not give you my social security number or my work address, but you can give me a ring through Instagram. There is
Oh,
an option to call, and the number associated to that account goes to me.
so make
So
sure
if
to
you're ever,
call.
yeah, if you're ever wondering what my voice sounds like,
Yeah, you think that went through?
no, I said it on purpose.
Okay, I was about to say, make sure just to call Dan and just do some heavy breathing noises.
Yeah, if you ever wanted to prank call somebody, go to the account, and I think you could only call if you follow. So you can call,
Yeah,
follow, and prank call me, and I can save that prank call and play it on the show if it's funny.
it could be something like, Dan, Dan, oh, flip me
Ew,
over.
ew. Sounds like you are on the toilet. That's not a good sound.
Yeah.
You
So
would need
guys,
to
make
eat
sure.
more veggies in your diet.
No, I will not be a vegetarian. Screw that noise. But yeah, make sure to prank call Dan. That'd be fun, and that would be great to have on the channel. We can play that over, and we can make it our theme song.
Yeah, we could do something funny. We'll play it. You can be famous, and then we can become famous, and we could hold hands, and then we could hold hands as we eat Denny's in Oklahoma City, and we will be full and famous and scrumptious, and life will be so much better. Especially because it's so sad, so dark now.
All right, guys. So hey, we've rambled long enough, but we appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for everything, and just stay after it, get viral, and get communicative. But yeah, we'll catch you later.
Bye.